Okay, next is bills of exchange. Bills of exchange means what? Bills of exchange is an instrument. It contains an unconditional order. Contains an unconditional order signed by maker directing a certain person to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the order of a certain person or to the bearer of the instrument. What is promissory note? Promissory note is an instrument in writing, it containing an unconditional undertaking signed by the maker to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the bearer of instrument. Next, what is the meaning of check? A check is a bills of exchange drawn on a specified banker and not expressed to be payable otherwise than a demand. Okay, in yesterday's class we will discuss the topic is difference between the bills of exchange, promissory note and check. Okay, in how many parties are there in the bills of exchange? In bills of exchange there are three parties are there. Drawer, drawee and payee. In promissory note how many parties are there? In promissory note two parties are there, that is a maker and payee. Next in the check is a bills of exchange. So under the check also there are three parties are there, drawer, banker and payee. Okay, in the yesterday up to the liability is completed. Next is notice of dishonor. So under this notice of dishonor is notice is necessary. Notice is necessary. Under the promissory note, notice of dishonor is not necessary. Notice of dishonor is not necessary. Under the check also it is not necessary. Next is payable. Next is payable. So under this bills of exchange it is payable on demand. It is payable on demand, that is after a specified time. Next is under this promissory note also it may be made payable on demand or after certain time. Under that check also the check is payable on demand. It has to be paid even to the bearer. Next is crossing. Okay, so under this bills of exchange crossing is not possible. Okay, under the bills of exchange crossing is not possible. Next under this promissory note also crossing is not possible. Next is the check. The check can be crossed. Next is noting and protesting in case of dishonor. Noting and protesting in case of dishonor. So under this, noting is required to establish the fact of dishonor. Noting is required in case of bills of exchange. Next is promissory note. Under that promissory note also not required. Is not required. Under that check also not required. Next is stamp duty. Okay, stamp duty. Under bills of exchange, payable on demand do not require any stamp duty. Okay, means if any amount, if we some amount is given to one person, okay, that person will pay the amount in a certain period of time. Okay, that is a demand. Okay, so under that bills of exchange payable on demand, so do not require any stamp duty. Do not require any stamp duty. Next, under this promissory notes, payable on demand required. Okay, so it is also payable on a demand, required and valorem stamp duty. Under this, it required the stamp duty. Required the stamp duty. Under that check also stamp duty does not require. Does not require. Next, under the grace period. So grace period means 3 days will be added to the notified period. That is at 3 days. Suppose if some amount is given to one person, so that person will pay that money after 3 months period at a certain date. Suppose on that certain date is a public holiday, okay, at that time it will be added 3 grace of days, means it will be paid on the next day. Suppose if any day is Sunday or any bank is on holiday on a certain day, at that time it will be added this grace period. So that grace period is 3 days. Okay, so that is available if payable after specified time. Under that promissory note also available if payable after specified time. Under the check also grace period is not available for the checks. Grace period is not available for checks. Next is other features. Other features are, under these bills of exchange, number, date, place is not essential. Number, date, place not essential, so it must be stamped. Next is under this promissory note, number, date, place is not essential, so it must be stamped. Next is under this check also, number, date and place are essential features, it need not be stamped. Okay, these are the difference between the bills of exchange, promissory note, check. Next is advantages of bills of exchange and types of bills of exchange. Next is advantages of bills of exchange. Advantages of bills of exchange. So first advantage is the bills of exchange are helpful. Okay, bills of exchange are helpful in increasing the size of business because they facilitates the credit transaction. Okay, it will helpful to the big businesses. Okay, size of the businesses is larger. Why? Because they will mainly facilitate the credit transaction. Okay, it will be helpful to the increasing the size of the business. So that is a first advantage. Next is a bill of exchange is a conclusive proof of the indebtedness of the purchaser or creditor. Okay, next is, so the bills of exchange is a legal document and can be enforced in the courts of law. Okay, it is a legal document and it can be enforced in the court of law. So why is, now see here, suppose A and B, two parties are there. A gives some amount to B, rupees 50,000. They will write as an one instrument. Okay, I will give an amount to you 50,000 rupees. You have to pay after the 3 months. Okay, under that instrument says signed B accepted. That is, after 3 months, if B is not recover this amount to A, at that time A is enforced in the court of law. Okay, this is a legal document and can be enforced in the court of law. Next is, this instrument has a maturity date. This instrument has a maturity date on which payments has to be made. Okay, the instrument has a maturity date on which payment has to be made and eliminates ambiguity. Next is, the bills of exchange also provides liquidity. Okay, the bills of exchange also provides the liquidity through the facility of discontinuing with the banker. Facility of discontinuing with the banker. Next is, foreign bills of exchange facilitates the foreign trade also. It facilitates the foreign trade also. And next is, a bill of exchange is a negotiable instrument. Negotiable means transferable. It is transferred from the one person to another person. So that's why a bill of exchange is a negotiable instrument and therefore there is easily transferable. Easily transferable. And next is types of bills of exchange. Okay, there are under these bills of exchange. Bills of exchange can be classified into three types. Bills of exchange can be classified into three types. Under that one is classified into three types, namely one is trade and accommodation bills. Trade and accommodation bills. Trade and accommodation bills. And second one is time bill and demand bill. Time and demand bill. Time and demand bills. And next is inland and foreign bills. Inland and foreign bills. Now see, the first one is trade and accommodation bills. Here is trade and accommodation bill. So first is the trade bill. When bill of exchange is drawn, okay, when a bill of exchange is drawn and accepted for a trade transaction. Trade means what? Buying and selling now. Okay, so a bill of exchange is drawn and accepted for a trade transaction. So that is trade transaction, that is sale and purchase. It is called a trade bill. Then it is called a trade bill. For example, X and Y two parties are there under this trade bill. X and Y two parties are there. X sells goods to Y for rupees 8,000. X sells goods to Y for rupees 8,000. X draws a bill on Y for the amount due. B accept the same. So this is a trade bill of goods. Okay, under that is selling to the goods now. Next is accommodation bill. Accommodation bill is, so it is bill in which it is a bill in which one party accept the bill drawn by the other to him to overcome the financial needs. Okay, to overcome the financial needs. So this bill may be exclusively for the benefit of one party or both the parties. So this accommodation bill is for the benefit of the one party or the both the parties. Suppose if the sale proceeds of the bill if sale proceeds of the bill is shared by both the parties. Okay, suppose under this, if the sale proceeds of the bill is shared by the both the parties, that is called as a mutual accommodation bill, and there is no consideration between the immediate parties. There is no consideration between the immediate parties is drawer and drawee. Next is second is time bill and demand bill. Time bill means put time. When a bill is payable after a certain period of time, it is called as a time bill. Okay, any amount is there, that amount will be paid a certain period of time, that is 2 months after, 3 months after, particular time period. Okay, so that certain period of time, it is called as a time bill. Under the time bill, 3 days of grace is taken into the account to decide the date of maturity. On the other hand is, if a bill is made payable on demand, if a bill is made payable on demand, so it is called as a demand bill. So under that also 3 days of grace is not required for the demand bill. Only for the time bill, the 3 days of grace will be required. For the demand bill, not required for the grace of days. So also acceptance of the drawee is not necessary for the demand bill. Next is inland bill and foreign bill. Inland means within India or outside India. Inland bill is when the bill drawn in India on a person residing in India or outside India and payable in India or outside India are called as an inland bill. So all the bills which are not inland bills are called as an foreign bill. A foreign bill is a bill drawn outside India is a foreign bill. So for the accounting purpose, this trade and accommodation bill are deal in this chapter. Now see here, coming to the journal entries. Accounting treatment of trade bills. Under that, accounting treatment of trade bills. accounting treatment of accounting treatment of trade bills. So the accounting aspects of bills of exchange can be divided into following 8 parts. Okay, for that journal entries are when bill is drawn and accepted, when bill is when bill is drawn and accepted. Under this, the creditor draws the bill. Okay, he and she is called the drawer of the bill. We know who is drawer, who is drawee. Okay, who draws the bill, that person is called as an drawer of the bill. Who accepted that bill is called as an drawee. Okay, like that. Under this, the creditor draws the bill. The creditor draws the bill. So he and she is called as the drawer of the bill. And the debtor has to signify his assent to the order in writing. Okay. The debtor has to signify his assent to the order in writing. So this process is called acceptance. Hence the debtor is called the acceptor. As the bill is drawn on him, he is also called the drawee. So from the point of view of the drawer, that is creditor, the bill is bills receivable and is going to receive on this bills of exchange. From the viewpoint of view, the bill is bills payable as he should pay on this bill. So for this journal entry is when bill is drawn and accepted, in the books of drawer and in the books of drawee is drawer's book, drawee's book. Entry is under this drawer's book, bills receivable account debtor, bills receivable account debtor to acceptors account, bills receivable account debtor to acceptors account. And in the books of drawers book is drawers account debtor, drawers account debtor to bills payable account. Then second entry is when bill is retained by the drawer and it is honored. So when the bill is honored, when the bill is honored on the due date, when the bill is honored on the due date. Okay, so a bill is said to be honored okay, a bill is said to be honored when actual payments due on the bill when actual payments due on the bill are made by the acceptor and drawee on the due date. So in such a case, the bill is returned by the drawer to the drawee. The bill is returned by the drawer to the drawee. Okay, for that journal entry is cash or bank account data. Cash or bank account data to bills receivables account. Cash or bank account data to bills receivable account. So in the books of drawee, bills payable account data, bills payable account data to cash or bank account. So drawee is paying na, he is the giver. Okay, debit the receiver, credit the giver. So he is the receiver, that's why cash or bank account data to he is receiving the bill na. So that is cash or bank account data to bills receivable account. So drawee is giver na. So that is bills payable account data to cash or bank account. Next is when the drawer endorses the when the drawer endorses the bill to his creditor, when the drawer endorses the bill to his creditor. Okay, so under this, sometimes the drawer of the bill does not keep the bill with him until the date of maturity. So he may be endorses it to some other party in part or full payment of the debt due by him. So and they get it discounted with the banker for immediately getting cash. And next is it send it to the banker for collection. For this entry is in the books of drawer. In the books of drawer entries, NRC account data to NRC account data to bills receivable account data to bills receivable account. In the books of drawer there is no entry. Suppose on discounting of the bills receivable with the banker by the drawee, so when a bill is discounted with the banker, so the banker does not pay the full amount on the bill. So as the banker is advancing the money on the bill, so it collects charges. So such charges are called as a discount. Hence this process is called as a discounting. Such discount is a cost to the drawer. At that time entry is bank account data. Bank account data, discount allowed account data, bank account data, discount allowed account data to bills receivable account account. So in the drawer's book there is no entry. Okay, this entry is when the bill is discounted with the bank. Bill is discounted with the bank.